Welcome to this week's edition of The Passion of the Digital Artist. And here he is, that passionate, tradigital, and somewhat furry artist himself, Jeff Mueller.
Woo!
Will be a little subdued tonight.
Savior, welcome back! Welcome back!
It's been a while, hasn't it? Between travel, work, and me having the plague or whatever it was.
Oh my God, that was rough for you, I know. And then you just had to work right through it. The whole time, I was texting you.
You are a rock of support. That's for sure, as you always are.
It's so great to be back.
It's great to be back. So, what's with the beard? Tell us what's going on. I mean, you've always had some beard, but you've got a Mondo beard now.
So I've never done this before, and it's starting to get warm again. And what I wanted to do is grow it out. I've always wanted to grow it out, and it's like neck beards are in right now. I mean, there's a certain amount of people, you'll see it. It's like on commercials and neck beards. You got a full.
Yeah, see that's the one place. People talk about beards that itch. A beard doesn't bother me unless I let it grow in right there. If I keep my neck clean, the rest of the beard is fine.
Well, it's gotten to the point where you don't know it's there. I mean, I have no idea during the day it's there. It's funny because I look at myself and I don't picture myself like this at all. But what it was is I've never grown the beard out ever like this, like a big giant beard. And I always wanted to do it. And my beard is technically getting gray, and everybody kind of saw it as it was getting gray. We were going through it. But I definitely was thinking black. I've seen some, it's big amongst the young people, and what's really unique about the beard is with the young people, it's like, I'll be at the health food store, and there'll be like 22, 25-year-old guys talking. They'll be like, hey dude, nice beard, fist bump. Or they're over there, and I was ordering a smoothie one day at the smoothie bar, and then they're like, oh my God, look at that beard. And it's like, it's impressive to younger people. And I've actually noticed that younger girls pay attention, where I don't usually get that look. All of a sudden I look over there and like, they look away, and it's the beard. And I understand it, because it's kind of in right now. Now, I'm going to basically, right after this, shave off part of the part of the neck beard that's just way out of control. Yeah. This is out of control. But what I did was I wanted to get it out gray and then have enough, and then I wanted to dye it. That I've always used Just for Men, and it's an amazing product. It takes 20 years off your looks. But so I did it, and I put it on, and I swear to God that night which was you had been out of town that Saturday, and then I got it. I put it on and thinking we'd video blog on Sunday, from that Tuesday to Sunday. So I put it in. I looked at myself. I laughed for like 15 minutes. It just was exactly what I was thinking. Because when you have a gray beard, it really kind of isn't as full. It's like it just seems sparser.
It's like when you have a blonde beard.
Right. It's just whatever. It's the hair's there. So I put it on, and I usually do my goatee, and I usually get like 6 or 7 uses out of one just for men. I put the whole damn thing on all the.
Got a lot of whiskers there, man.
Yeah, and she let me have dark brown. My wife let me do dark brown, and I wanted black, but I left it in extra long. Well, so I got the dark brown going.
I know what you mean with beards and women. They attract women. I attracted one, 36 years ago, and we're celebrating our 31st anniversary in May. So, and you guys have 29?
Well, we got
88, 29,
15, yeah, 88 and 15.
No, you got married in 86, dude.
86 and 15, right? Yes, 29. So next year will be 30.
That's awesome.
But then I said to my wife, I said, once I dye it, I'll get it under control once I do the first video blog. So you're sick on that Saturday. I'm like, okay, we'll wait another week. And then you're sick the next Saturday. I'm like, now it's getting
yeah.
It's like way out. Like, we got 2.5 more weeks since then.
Yeah.
And then today's Wednesday. We're doing it Wednesday.
And I'm back among the living.
Yes, and it's kind of like, so right afterwards. But I could say this. My wife, it's grown on her, and she actually likes it now. So at first, when she saw it, she's like, "Oh my God, you're not gonna be able to keep that for very long." But it's grown on her, so it's
one of my wife's favorite pictures of me is that my beard has grown out about that long and my hair is down on my shoulders, which I never wear it that way anymore, obviously.
I've had long hair before I lost all my hair, so and it's a nice. I enjoy the humor in it, and it's a
certain nostalgic thing.
Yeah, and it's a conversation piece. People actually like, because where did
you look like you should be on a box of cough drops.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh, Yukon Cornelius.
Yukon Cornelius. Yeah.
Level.
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
So I really like it.
That's perfect.
I'm like, yeah, there's a Yukon Cornelius. You hit that. So I'm looking forward to shaving up the neck. So
yeah.
Anyways, that brings me to. All right, computerartman.com and computerartmarket.com. You can purchase this. Now, this is the digital file. It's finished. This particular painting, which I call State of Blue Illumination number 5, and I'm going to magnify up on the detail. This painting was my most detailed and finished painting that I've done digitally. The detail work. Folks, painting the gradation in here, that gradation, to paint that digitally and going back and forth and how you paint that's 10 minutes to 50, that's about 10 minutes per window.
Wow.
So there's over 250 hours in here, and every is covered. I wanted, because metal prints are coming in, I wanted to paint this particular painting digitally and have it completely finished as far as I could take it digitally happily, so that it's a finished painting in my mind. A lot of times when I'm painting and I know I'm going to print it out on canvas, I don't take it the full way because I know I'm going to finish it off with the acrylics. There's even some areas that I leave open that I'm going to just paint in because I love painting with acrylics and merging the two you just get the best results. But in this case, metal prints are coming in. So I'm in the process of producing a 40 by 60 metal print of this. So I wanted the digital part to be as perfect as I could make it. Now, as far as the canvas, I'm still planning on doing a canvas. I'm going to print it out on canvas and do there's always something that you can do it once it's on canvas and you look at it. But this painting was by far the most finished I ever took it. Like when I did Misty Day at the Falls, I put a lot of hours in, similar amount of hours, but I knew that I was going to do some work in the waterfall. I knew I was going to do some work in the water. And so I didn't push the water and the waterfall as far as I had to because I knew I was going to go there and paint it with acrylics. In this case, there's nothing that I didn't finish off the painting, and I did a lot of work. That's not if you go off what I used for reference, which was basically a color, but it looked black and white that night because wasn't lit up, and I knew I wanted it to be blue. But having this piece is going to be phenomenal. Now, like I said, computerartmarket.com and computerartman.com. It's up there as newest work, but it's going to be available. I'm going to have the prints on Computer Art Market. Anybody, if you know anybody, this piece definitely was created to be a piece that you could put as a metal print or purchase the original in any kind of high-end apartment, somebody's home. This was definitely made to be a fine art piece with some art decor as an architectural. But it really was a piece that I thought of, I've been thinking about since 1992 when my father took me up to the top of the Empire State Building when I was young. When we were younger, my first trip to New York, and I wasn't back there till last September when I took my 2 daughters to give them that same experience that we had. Wait in line, late night, get up there. And I remember always seeing the observatory and thinking how beautiful it was that night, and I had been up there and seen it during the day. So I went up there specifically to get this particular shot for this particular painting. It was in my mind since 1992. So State of Blue Illumination number 5.
Awesome, Jeff.
So that brings me to the last thing.
Our social media spotlight.
Yes, our social media spotlight. Her pen name is ShawDiane. That's what she goes by. Diane now is a George Bernard Shaw expert. She has always had a passion. That's a fire for George Bernard Shaw, and she's been the museum. She worked for the museum and was the live-in maintenance person for the museum. She basically took care of it, lived there, set up
kind of the curator.
The guy, set up all how the tours went. She was really, yes, the curator. Everything that was in it, and it was the day that he passed on, everything was as the same. But she was responsible for bringing plays to the courtyard with her friend. And then later on, one of her friends was an actor who could play George Bernard Shaw. And she was able to just have her love for the man. And then she did a lot of research and met people who knew him and had spent, she spent time with a maid that was his maid for 6 years. She spent some time with other people that had been his personal friend or his acquaintance through being a celebrity. And she really got to know who he was in his everyday life opposed to the person, as she put it, that the public knew. And then after, I believe it was 8 years of being there, she and her husband left and went out into the world and did some traveling and saw the world, saw a lot of different places. And then they right now purchased a home I believe it's the Isle of Wight. Is that the island? I believe that is it. And she and her husband right now run a website that if you want to know anything about George Bernard Shaw, she is by far is the main person that you would want to contact. Now, she goes by ShawDiane. That's kind of her pen name. She's on Facebook and she's on Twitter. And if you're interested, very interesting woman, a very passionate woman. The passion and the support that she's given me throughout my career on social media and supporting me through the fine arts has just been unbelievable. And I really want to say that there's a place in my heart, and I really truly think that she's a friend, and that I hope to someday be able to get over there, over to the UK, that's right there, and get to meet her personally.